Hey, do I have something to tell you?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Blah, 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 blah. Yap, yap, yap.
Settle down.
Hello, my name is Miss Bespoken. Please join me in this free 15-step real estate program and how to buy real estate with other people. You might think that it is the same as buying a home independently. I can assure you that it is far different than you could ever imagine. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment down below. Do I sound like a robot or what? So let's get into it. Please join me in this free 15-step guide to shared home ownership. As you can see by the title, step 1 is know your partner. I'm going to tell you something and I don't ever want you to forget this. When it comes to buying a house with somebody else, love don't have a damn thing to do with it. You can be each other's boo when it's time to pay the mortgage together. You would be surprised how many steps it takes for a successful home buying process when you are purchasing a home with other people. Some situations are not considered during this journey. You not only need to look at the preliminaries, which are income, savings, and credit, but you also must look at what comes after closing, which is the most important part. Keep watching. The first step will blow your mind. Keep watching till the end of this video to complete your first step in shared home ownership. Meet the contenders: friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, parents, brothers, sisters, or cousins. It doesn't matter who it is, the process is all the same. You can't just be all googly-eyed about buying your first home. You have to discuss what your wants and needs are and what your plans are for the future. Partners in property, building trust and transparency before you buy. Know your partner and the people in your life if you're planning to buy a house together. Before embarking on the crucial journey of buying a house together, it's important to invest time in truly understanding your partner and the individuals involved in this significant decision. Start by talking about what you want, what your needs are, what you guys agree to, and your financial situations. Discuss the values and priorities and long-term plans to how they align with those of your potential co-buyers. Consider seeking professional advice from a financial advisor or counselors to navigate any potential conflicts or uncertainties. Additionally, spend time together in various situations and observe how the person handles responsibilities and how they spend money. You want to do this quietly without putting any pressure on anybody. And this way you can decide beforehand whether or not you want to get into a deal with buying a house with someone. By taking the time to know your partner and co-buyers on a deeper level, you can be very successful in the home buying journey. You need to know who your partner is, what they are about, and that you can trust them with your life, and vice versa. You would think this process comes after you buy your home, but it actually comes before. You want to know who is going to live with you that is not part of this deal. This might seem tedious, but you need to keep records of everything and have the outside parties initial it, so make time for it. Contracts, contracts, contracts. It's all about the contracts. You never want to go into any type of deal without having a contract spelled out and signed. Any assumption should be added to the contract and not left to the implied section of the imagination. Do not change the contract verbally, no matter what, no matter what. I don't care who it is, family, friends, workers, co-workers, best friends, sisters, brothers. It really doesn't matter who it is. You think in your mind, yeah, I trust this person. Well, okay, trust them to sign the contract. Make a video of them stating that they've read the contract, understand the contract, agreed to the contract, and signing the contract. This might seem a bit extreme, but it is better to be protected. If you think this video have good information, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Here is a list of items you need to discuss before the process starts. This includes affordability, down payment amount, inspection fees, and closing costs, well before the closing date. If you're following this spreadsheet, don't forget to put each person's name in the place of your deposit amount. You need to make a detailed spreadsheet with everybody's name and the amount that everybody is depositing. Everybody that's involved in the home buying process needs to deposit the same amount on the agreed date, every week, every 2 weeks, once a month, whatever the case is. This way, the people that are involved in this home buying process will have equal ownership in the property. Yes, another contract. Once a contract is signed, all parties need to follow it to the letter. It is advisable to draft a contract outlining the terms and conditions of the money deposited, protecting both or all parties in case of any unforeseen circumstances or changes in plans. It's essential that all parties adhere strictly to the designated use of funds in the account, with any deviation resulting in all parties backing out of the deal and dividing the remaining funds accordingly. This strict rule to financial agreements ensures that everyone involved is committed to the home buying process and respects each other's financial integrity. If one credit score is significantly higher than the others, you need to wait until the credit scores match more evenly. You will find out later in the video why this is important. Please don't forget to follow the do's and absolutely do nots. This is extremely important. If you and a partner is buying a house together, absolutely do not have just one person on the mortgage because the other person have a lower credit score just to get better rates. If the situation goes bad, one person could lose their interest in the home and all participated money is lost. If anybody try to mess with my finances, I'll nudge them in the nose. Continuing the do's and absolutely do nots. Do not allow your partner or other people to put you into debt by having you purchase high-priced items for them. In other words, do not buy anything for someone that they cannot afford to buy for themselves. If they do not understand this, then they are not the right person or people you want to go into debt with. Never buy any high-ticket items before you purchase your home. This shows your credit worthiness and being responsible with your credit and your finances.
Settle down.
Are you still there? Pay attention. You definitely do not want to miss out on the do's and absolutely do nots. Do not loan out any money before purchasing your home. Do make sure your credit report is stable and on point. Do make sure you have worked at a job for at least 3 years. Do make sure you have money saved up. Do always buy a home using the lowest salary. This is explained later in the upcoming videos, so do not miss this very important message. It will save your life. And remember to always live within your means. Do's and absolutely do nots continued. Do not empty out or use part of your personal bank account outside of the shared account to buy a home. Make sure any home you buy with someone else you can buy on your own. If you separate, one or the other person can still afford to live there through a buyout option and or refinancing. Do make sure you keep depositing money into your savings account after you buy a home. It is important to have at least 1 year of payments towards your financial responsibilities in case of unforeseen circumstances. In other words, it is extremely important that you save up 1 year of your total annual salary. This will cover you and protect you if you lose your job or can't work for any reason, and you will still be able to afford to pay your bills. Do's and do nots continued. Absolutely stop depositing money into the shared account after you purchase your home. Do not leave any money in the shared account. Leftover money is split 50-50. Do open your own account that you pay bills from and deposit your share of the financial obligations there. Do keep your receipts in a safety deposit box on anything you buy and have your partner sign off that this item belongs to you. God forbid, if anything happens to the relationship, you want to automatically know what you're keeping that you purchased and what your partner is keeping that he or she purchased. If your partner do not understand why you are doing this, absolutely do not care. If you've seen this much of the video, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below. Picking the right real estate agent to represent you in a purchase. Choosing the right real estate agent. You want to find a real estate agent that works specifically in the area you are looking to live in. Just because their name is on a listing does not mean that is the area they normally work in. A buyer can hire any real estate agent they want. You want to find out their fees or hidden fees if you cancel the contract with them. You want to know if they can give you estimates of what the mortgage will be with your credit score based on the price of the home, along with the taxes, how often the taxes are raised, and what the utilities are for that size home in that area. You want a real estate agent to have outside resources if you need them. Insurance, inspectors, contractors, etc. You want to research their reputation. You want to find out what type of property they sold in the past. You want to know if they realize your dreams. You do not want a real estate agent to rush you into buying a home and be skeptical when they try to talk you into buying a home. They should want to sell you a home if it is in their list at your discretion. Make sure you get the lot information for tax purposes. And never, ever, I don't care what a real estate agent tells you, never, ever, ever, Xfinity ever, choose a real estate agent that also works for the seller. Now comes the fun part, choosing a style of home. Stay away from condos and townhouses unless you know the laws of the association. They should be printed out, literally. You need to know exactly what you're planning to use the house for. This determines the size that best suits you. Bedrooms and bathrooms depends on the people living with you. What the house is primarily used for, raising a family, seasonal gatherings, or if you like to entertain. Will animals share the space with you? Size of backyard, size of garage, closet space, over storage space. What area do you want to live in? Make sure it's affordable. Do not deviate from affordability. Agreeing on the location of the home is very important for several reasons when buying a house. Location not only determines the accessibility to amenities, schools, and workplaces, but also influences property values and quality of life. Now, here are the considering factors: proximity to public transportation, safety, and community atmosphere. By reaching an agreement on the location, home buyers can ensure that the chosen neighborhood meets their individual needs and preferences. Thorough research into potential areas can help this decision-making process. You need to check out the area you want to live in great detail. Choosing a neighborhood is not just the safety aspect of it and the amenities. It is also about your neighbors. Choosing the right neighbors will fill your life with peace. These are the things you should consider. The considerations: family-oriented, young adults, college students, older generation. Checking out the neighborhood at night and on the weekends to see how it flows. What amenities are in the area, and is the home accessible to work? The best time to go house hunting is in the spring, summer, early and late fall. In the spring and the summertime, you want to watch the weather and you want to schedule to see a house right after a heavy rain so that you can check the basement for damp walls and the damp floor area. If there is a humidifier in the basement, then you know the basement leaks. Now in the summertime specifically, you want to schedule to see a house in the mid part or early evening. You want to see how the sun hits the house. You want to see what the temperature is inside the house. And you want to make sure that the air conditioner is working or central air is working. In the early fall and the late fall, if you're searching for a house during that time, you want to go after the leaves start falling. You want to see where the trees are, how the leaves are falling, how they are affecting your property, so that you can decide whether or not you want to be stuck with leaf cleanup during the fall. Now, these are things, other things to look for. If the outside of the house look like the listing picture, you want to make sure that the house looks like the listing picture. Sometimes companies will buy homes to flip them, and they'll take original pictures, change the outside of the home, and they forget to change the picture. This is a point where you can get out of a sale. You need to check out the size of the land, if the lawn is level, if trees were cut down and holes or stumps left in its place, how many trees are on the property, for purposes of raking leaves in the fall. And I've already mentioned about the basement. Investigating the cost. The things you need to investigate before you dive in head first. How much house can you afford? How much are the taxes annually? Homeowners insurance, mortgage insurance, what your monthly mortgage payments will be, and how much it'll cost to maintain the home. You can use an online calculator to estimate the cost of utilities versus the size of the home. Investigating the cost continued. You need a comprehensive analysis of the utilities, water, sewer, and garbage, food budget, car repairs, car payments, car insurance payments, credit card payments, unplanned expenses, and emergency expenses. The first two on the list will determine how much maintaining the home will cost, which is continued from the previous slide. When you look at all 11 items on the list above, the amount of monthly expenses adds up fast. There are two ways to use money to buy a home. Now let's talk about the down payment. The next thing to discuss is the amount of money used to purchase the home. Will this money be in the form of a down payment for the total price of the home to keep the mortgage payments low, or earnest money to hold the home while you continue with the home buying process? Now, deciding how to distribute funds for purchasing a home is a critical step in the home buying process. The amount of money used can either serve as a down payment toward the total price of the home or as earnest money to secure the property while continuing with the purchasing process. A down payment is a portion of the home's purchase price paid up front, typically ranging from 3% to 20% of the total price, depending on the lender's requirements and the type of mortgage chosen. This payment reduces the loan amount and demonstrates the buyer's financial commitment to the purchase. Deposit or earnest money continued. Put the minimum down payment or earnest money in case you change your mind. It is easier to lose $500 than to lose $5,000 if you back out of the deal, and you can always put down more money at closing if that was your original idea. Now, some sellers are nice enough to return your money if you cancel the contract, but by law, they do not have to. So always remember, a contract signed is a contract lived. This is the biggest decision you'll ever make in your life, so be absolutely sure there is no time for doubting in the future. Now here's a tidbit. Make 10,000% sure before you start shelling out money. Accept the fact that you may have to or should walk away if everything is not in order with the house, or it will cost you money in the long run. The seller can still take you to court and force you to buy the house because you signed a contract. You never want to buy a house today and have buyer's remorse tomorrow. If this happens, and sometimes it does, with some people, you will not be so inclined to pay off the house, resulting in losing all your money and investment. This will also put the other person or people in financial hardship. Now let's talk about another expense. It's called inspection costs. Now, even though it is very important to have an inspection done for every house you consider buying, inspecting multiple houses during the home buying process can incur significant expenses, as inspection costs can quickly accumulate with each property viewed. Home inspections are essential for identifying potential issues or defects in the property, ensuring that buyers make informed decisions and avoid costly surprises down the line. However, these inspections come with a high price tag, typically ranging from a few hundred to over $1,000 per inspection, depending on the size and complexity of the property. Now, when buyers look at numerous houses, the collective inspection costs can strain their budget and impact their overall affordability. More information about what's included in an inspection in a later video. Now it's time to know your seller. More information about what's included in an inspection in a later video. Now it's time to know your seller. You can get a feel of what a seller is like by asking one question. Is the seller willing to negotiate the price? If the seller is not willing to negotiate the price, it is more than likely the seller will not repair anything that comes up in the inspection. This is a good time to have a meeting with your real estate agent. You want to know what the seller is willing to pay for and how much the repairs cost if you decide to pay for them yourself. Now here's the part of the inspection where you need to choose your battles. Don't be surprised on inspection results. The property could be in excellent condition to the poorest condition. It is important to decide if an inspection is worth it to begin with. A major factor is what year the house was built in and or if the house is a flip. These are the two main reasons you should have an inspection done. Know what to ask the seller to repair and when to walk away. Now here are some need-to-know facts. How many times the house was on the market? How many times the house was sold? What the house was sold for? The housing market in the area, and how much the house is currently being sold for. Now there will be more on this issue in another video. Cracked window pane is a small deal. Cracked leaky basement foundation, cracked cement porch, and missing bricks from the chimney is a very big deal. If you made it to the end of this video, continue watching the next video to see how easy it is to clear your credit report and clean up your credit. Thank you so much for your time and consideration. Do not forget to subscribe, share, like, and comment in the section below.